Hey guys, back with a new video. We're going to be doing the top 10 mid laners for this patch, at least my favorite mid laners of this patch, and the ones I've been playing the most, and the ones I've been using the most. And it's going to be a pretty quick video just showing you my favorites, why I think they're the best, and why it's basically just my opinion and you shouldn't get upset about it. I'm starting off with list number 10. We're going to go with Azir. Seems to be pretty decent right now. I haven't been playing as much of him as I used to be because of the nerfs, but still very good. Your ult can really turn around a team fight. Your early lane presence is pretty decent if you get an early needlessly large rod or an early damage item. You can easily take over a game and snowball very quickly. However, he's very hard to play and easy to get caught out with, very easy to get shut down, and that could be the end of you. And number 9 might be a shocker. We are going to have LeBlanc, who has really been out of flavor recently, but I still think is a pretty decent pick. With the slow W, it's a lot harder to get good kills with her, and a lot harder to kill people in lane, and a lot harder to outplay people, especially with the low HP and how easy it is to get caught. But I still think she's a decent pick for carrying, and if you're good with her like I am, then you can make it work. Number 8, I am going to go with Katarina. Well, a lot of people don't think she's good anymore, and I agree. Her early lane phase and her early snowballing is very different to what it used to be. You kind of have to know what you're doing now. If you don't go in at the right time, you're going to die, especially with the Zhonya's, well, not indirect Zhonya's nerf, with her passive nerf, and all the other things that were nerfed on her, especially with her HP. If you know what you're doing, you'll make it work, but again, don't play the champion if you don't know what you're doing. It's not going to help you. Either way, Katarina can snowball a team fight and completely demolish a team with reset still if you go in at the right time. You can't completely face roll people, but if you do it at the right time, you'll be good. Number 7 is Echo. I still believe he's very good. Post-release, he's not as good as he was when he came out, obviously, but no one really is as good as when they came out. Still good. Still can carry games with his W. He can really turn team fights. His ult is very good for one-on-one outplays. Late game, he has trouble. He gets caught very easily unless you have your ult. And hard CC can really shut him down. But if you get ahead, you can really take over a game. A lot better than most people can. However, if behind, he's very underwhelming. So be very careful not to get super behind. Number 5 might be a shocker again. It's going to be Ziggs, someone I've been playing a decent amount of recently. And I feel like Ziggs has a very good potential to carry the game. He's kind of like what Xerath used to be, but his poke, in my opinion, is so much easier to land and harder to dodge. His ult can really wreck a team fight if you build Ludens, pop it with your ult, and I just think he's a really good champion at the moment. I already posted a video of me winning a game with Ziggs. It's very easy to take over, and he's hard as hell to catch. He's very slippery. Again, hard assassins like Zed can easily get to him, and so can most assassins. And if you get locked down, you're pretty much dead, but you still have your W as a decent escape, so he's not as vulnerable as most mages. Either way, Ziggs is a good pick at the moment, so I would pick him up if you can. Controversial one here at number 5, we have Yasuo. And Yasuo is really good if you get ahead. And if you don't get ahead, either way, he's still going to hit a point in the game where he's going to dominate you. All it takes is one good Yasuo and the game's over. Very risky, if I could say it like that. He can easily get picked late game. Hard CC will just destroy this guy. Being melee and squishy, it's hard for him to survive. But if he does survive, you're going to have a bad time. Alright, coming in at number 4, we're going to go with Fizz. I believe Fizz is definitely one of the strongest mid laners in the game right now. For a big reason, that just being his escape. And anyone who's ever played this game just knows Fizz is an insanely dominant laner. Fizz can just face roll a game. His lane phase is supposed to be weak, but it really isn't if you know what you're doing. Yeah, his early damage is low, but if you just go with the bleed, second you hit 6, someone's dead. It's just the bleed is overpowered in lane. People don't realize you keep applying it, they're just slowly going to be peeled down. Team fights, he's uncatchable. His assassin potential is ridiculous. He has so much escape, it's not even funny. And if you're not dead, they can't end the damn game because you're Fizz. You'll do half their health in a combo. You have your ult, they're dead. On a squishy target, you might not even need your full combo to kill him. Only problem with Fizz this patch is this new skin. Well, it's not really that new, but this skin is just no. Next one on my list will be Lux. I do think Lux is definitely one of the more dominant mages this patch, especially since she's a very good counter to Garen, Darius, and all those people who are very, very strong at the moment because she can kite so well. She isn't really a big team fight turn. She doesn't have a crazy ultimate for team fights, but she does have a very pick-friendly ultimate. If she lands her Q on a squishy or a target that's important, they're pretty much done. There's nothing else they can do past that. They're snared unless they have QSS. They're dead. Lux's ult will just blow them. After that, that's kind of the problem, is once she ults, she's kind of a little lackluster in team fights, but her lane phase is very good, and her pick potential is very, very good, and she's good as a control mage with lots of utility. Number 2, I am going to go with Ahri. We all know that I love Ahri. I have many, many games on her. She's my number 1 champion. Ahri is still very good with utility. She still has a lot of damage. She's just good overall as a control mage. You can't really beat her in terms of reliability and how safe she is. And she can seriously just face roll a game if you let her get ahead. And her lane phase, so dominant. Very, very good and a great champion to pick up in solo queue if you know what you're doing. Number 1, to no surprise for me, is Zed. I feel like he is one of the best champions to carry solo queue with, especially with the tank meta fallout. Basically, Zed can just destroy an entire team. If you let him get ahead, it's just game over. Your squishy's dead, you're going to teleport back, and you're going to blow the rest of their team up. One full combo through a team fight, there you go. They're all half health unless they have more than one tank. That's when Zed starts to have problems, is when they have a very decent backline. It's kind of hard to get to the carries, but if you see a squishy team, don't feel bad about locking that Zed. It's game over. Other than that, a few honorable mentions. I can give a few out, but not very many, because at the moment these are pretty much 10 dominant mid laners that I play. But I can give one to Annie, because Annie is a very strong pick at the moment. She always has been, always probably will be. Brand, because he is very good at melting tanks, even though the tank meta has kind of fallen out. Brand still does very well. Cassiopeia, kind of lackluster post-nurse, but if you're still not a player, you can still use her very well. And I did want to give an honorable mention to Karthus, because Karthus I really like playing, but he's not very reliable. If he doesn't get ahead, he's kind of useless, and that's kind of not good for a solo queue pick. Other than that, guys, I'll see you next time, and I hope you enjoy the video.